Hi everyone, it's me again, Rose from the Philippines. Welcome to the 309th episode of Gantsilyera, a show and tell of crochet and craft related items. So today is February 22, 2021. It's a Monday, so I'm making a late podcast today because we were busy during the weekend. My brother-in-law went to Cebu, so we were able to look after the kids here, and Ate has her work hours rescheduled again. So she had work with during Saturday and Sunday. So welcome to my old and new subscribers. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to visit with me. If you're not familiar with my podcast, it is a crochet and other craft related items show and tell. So welcome. So it is morning today. I took the privilege to make a video today so that if when Mama went to the market, I can turn off the radio so there will be no background music. And I'm hoping that my neighbors wouldn't turn on his or her radio for now. So for the week 6 of the Sharon Crochet Challenge. So if you're not familiar, Miss Sharon Lee is a fellow Filipino vlogger and crocheter who makes tutorials on YouTube using different stitches of crochet and making different tutorials of items. So she has some small items made into tutorials. And this is my week 6 of trying out some of her videos. So if you want to check this out, I will put the links on the description box below. So for this week's challenge, I made the how to crochet a chevron stitch purse. So I think this is my first try. This is my first one that I made, and I followed her tutorials to the T except for the increases. So as you can see, there are chevron stitches here, and it is a single crochet in the back loop only. So I have this one made, and I was working on this when I was downstairs looking after the kids. It's really fun working on it. At first I was a bit confused on how to start it because it is my first try in working on it. But then as you memorize it, it goes up very quickly or nicely. You just needed to recognize the end bits for both sides so you will know where to put your stitches, and also for the middle part. So you needed to do that. So this is my first one that I made. And as you can see, I used this big button here. It has a flap to it, which is really nice. A nice feature. And you can use this as a pen holder, pencil holder, or maybe an eyeglass holder. And you can also put your cell phone in this. So as you can see, I can put my cell phone here. So it can also be turned into a cell phone pouch. So I worked on this pouch here, and it has this button which I think makes it pop in a way. I don't have the same button that she uses, which is kind of bumpy. So I decided to pick out all of my big buttons and use it for these projects. So this is the first one, and the second one turned out a bit short because I don't have enough yarn for it. So for these projects, I'm using Love Nuts yarn that are 50-gram balls that I buy from my Suki from Tabora, Divisoria. There are Love Nuts yarn, and I think they are worsted weight yarns. They used to be called Red Heart yarns here, but they changed it. So this is the second one, which turned out short. And for the joining of them, I was thinking of using my own technique, but then I used the other way that she crochet the connection for the side parts, and I think it works out much more neatly than what's in my head. So you can see it has bumps on it, but it works. The way that she sew it works for this type of project. So for this one, you can turn it into a card holder or a small purse for coins. And then the next three ones, I have made 5 of them. I was working on them during the span of this week, so I have made plenty. So the other one is using this dark gray yarn here, which is also love knots, and they have varying length to them, or varying height to them, because as I was working on them, and I'm anticipating the height for so that the cell phone will be suited to each one of them, but they turned out not the same size or not the same height. So for the gray one, I used my butterfly button that I recently purchased. So the hole for this one is much more bigger. I chained about 5 to make the hole bigger, so that the butterfly button will be suited for it. And the other one, the fourth one that I made, is this one, which is an orange one, which is also the same size. As you can see, this one is wider than this because I lessened the count for the stitches for this one. And I think I'm gonna make another one which is a wallet size type. And I really wanted to know how it will turn out if I use different colors, so I worked out another one using different colors. As you can see, I use my favorite combinations, fuchsia pink, orange, and yellow. For the back part, it has that violet there, and for the flap, I used the green. And the button is a monarch butterfly. For this one, the only issue I have is the connection. I used the same color for the connection of the front part, but since the back part is another color, you can see, but not really visibly, the color of the thread that I used. But that's the only issue I have here. So for this ones, I want to try to put them up on my Shopee if ever I can, the list as a new type of product. So that's the challenge for week 6. And I will put the link on how to work on it on the description box below, which is the how to crochet a chevron stitch purse from Sharon. The next one that I will try to make, and I'm eyeing it for a while now, is the one with the Celtic stitch. So that is a new stitch that I want to learn. So I'm gonna show you guys some other projects that I was able to accomplish or work on this week. First off, I was able to make this Moroccan tile stitch purse here, which I worked on it by poking holes on the zipper, working from up to the bottom. So this is how it worked out, and for the design, I think it turned out a bit looking like a gradient type of colors because I used blue, and then I used this dark green here, and then the gray one. I don't know if I'm going to put lining to it. I think I should, so that it will be neater. So that is another project I have made. And then I worked on this amigurumi here that is lying around. I decided to put the leftover cutted flat foam for it, but I used up most of it for this project, and I'm hoping to turn it into a snowman head. So I'm gonna try to turn it into a snowman, and with a top hat, which is a black hat. And I just wanted to put it whenever I can as some type of background design. As you can see, I have my wreath here. It is still February, so I thought it will be appropriate. I wasn't able to put it up the other time, but now I was able to pick it out because the other day I was cleaning my room and organizing stuff. So I stumbled upon that, so now I have it as a background. So for this one, I'm gonna try to turn it into a snowman head. You can see I used the blushes for it and a big safety eyes. I was hoping that this will be smaller, but I think it's okay. I have this problem of making things like eyes even. I don't usually able to accomplish that and make it look like it's alive in a way. So I'm gonna try to buy a fiber fill. I'm aiming to do that for a while now so that I can work on some of my amigurumis. Another amigurumi I started is using a velvet yarn. So those are the other projects that I want to share with you guys. And then the other day, I have this errand or goal on my list for a while now. That is to put the lining and zippers on the accumulated sling bags that I've been making. So the other day, I was able to sew the lining for most of them. And so yesterday, I was also able to hand sew the lining and the lining and zipper to the bags. So this is the first one. And I'm hoping to put them on my shop, so that is why I'm rushing putting the zippers on them. So this is using the variegated velvet yarn from Everson, and it has a matching wallet to it, which I also put the zipper on. I was rummaging my zipper collection for the zippers that would be appropriate or close to the color of the yarn. So I did that yesterday before I went to church. I wanted to finish it, so I decided to work on it yesterday. So I have two variegated ones that I think I will put on, or I will list as a type of variation on Shopee. So this one also has a lining matching wallet to it, and I used the gray fabric or lining to this one. The wallets, they don't have any lining to them since they're just small. So I have this two, and I have this other one using another variegated color of velvet yarn. So since I still have some velvet yarns left, I wanted to try making more sling bags like this, and they have a short strap to them since I was aiming to sell them to kids. So this one has a nice kind of yarn pulling to it or design. And some of them I put some pockets inside. The one that has, see, for this one I made a pocket. Just some added effect. So I put a pocket on this one. And then the last two that I was able to put linings and zippers in are the ones with the lark's foot stitch design to them. For this ones, I think I also put some lining and pockets. So I'm aiming to list that on my Shopee today. I hand sewn the zipper because I think it is much more neater if I hand sew them. And then on some type of sewing project, I put together the crumb quilt or crumb fabrics that I have. I have put together some panels that I'm hoping to turn into some more project bags. I know I have plenty of project bags, but sometimes it's really useful if you want to keep your projects clean so that they wouldn't get dirty with dust or some other things. Last project that I want to share with you guys before I put up some live stuff is the 8-ply fine cotton yarn projects that I was able to make. So you may have seen this one. I have shown this to you already, but just for reference, I wanted to show you. So for this one, I chained 62 and then worked on it this way. But I started another one using the push-up pink yarn, and for this one I chained 250 chains for the foundation chain. So this is how long it is. And what I'm aiming to do is to make them as wide as I can so that I can put it here, and also this one if I can make it longer. So I will put it here and make it wider so that I can make another one and then connect it in the middle part. So I have been working on this one with just some filet crochet, some simple filet crochet design and double crochet. So it's a really fine yarn. So I am using my, sorry about that. I am using my 2.25 millimeter hook. So that is my ongoing project and also my plan for most of the fine cotton yarns that I bought recently. So those are the projects that I want to share with you guys. And I'm going to tackle some topics that I have put here and some shoutouts also, or other things that I can come up with. So I'm gonna go on with that, and if you're interested, I will put some clips on the last bits of my videos. I just want to warn you guys because sometimes it goes loud whenever I put those videos, so I just put them on the last bits. Some of the clips that I have made from outside and some things that I find interesting to share with you, so that will be on the last bits. I have binge watched one of the series I found on Netflix recently called Broadchurch. So at first I was swayed on watching it because I read the synopsis and it said that it was about the murder of a young boy. But the other day I decided to continue watching it, and I was able to watch all of the seasons, which it has 3 seasons to it. So I was able to watch most of them, and the characters really spoke to me after a while. I was surprised that the main character, or the main detective, has acquired an illness from his past case. So the story runs along the whole of the season, and we were able to find out who the the culprit in the last episode of the first season. It's really a very touching type of show. So I got caught up with all of the characters, and they have their own secrets of their own. So that is kind of interesting in a way. I'm used to having detective stories that runs within an episode only, but this one it runs all throughout the season, and they have another case during the season 2 and the season 3. So I was able to watch that. I really like the character of the female heroine. She is she has a very nice character to her, very strong character, yet she is also very sensitive to people's feelings and such. And the two of them has this type of connection to them, the two detectives. So they bring out each other's strong features in a way. So I have finished that, and then the other day I stumbled upon another series which is called New Amsterdam. It is a medical drama. And when Nicole went up here, she said that she is also watching that and she is finished watching it. And I'm asking her about stuff about it, but she doesn't want to tell me. She said that I needed to watch the show. And also, I was able to finish reading these, and I am now just reading the introduction. And I have found out some stuff about Miss Genoveva Matute. which is the author of the short stories. I found out that she also has written some books, and I found out some things about her before she became a teacher. She used to work as a buy and seller of jewelries, and she was able to also sell some vegetables, so that is kind of interesting to read, and also very inspiring in a way because I also used to sell downstairs. The kids' exam is finished during this week, and I don't know when Daniel's assessment will be, but we are practicing him counting, and they are now in addition and subtraction. So we are working on that, and he is also, I was able to teach him some writing in a way. So that is the kids. And the other day I cleaned my room. I have some clips of that. I decided to organize some stuff along with some accumulated items on my web drawer right here. And if you want to contact me, I will have my social media accounts on the description box below. Uh, I have also a blog. So if you're interested on some type of reference for the tutorial of the beaded wallets, I have put there some diagrams also. If you're having a hard time working on the wallets, I have put some details on my blog for that. And also, I was able to access my Gantsilyera page. I was trying to access it for a while now, but now I was able to, so that is kind of nice to know. I have some shoutouts for Badeth's hobby. I will put her link on the description box below. I have been binge watching her. She has some very nice tutorials of alcohol holders, which really is in right now because we are used to bringing alcohol with us. So she has some different designs to it, like watermelons or strawberry or even a pineapple type of alcohol holder. So I had fun watching some of her tutorials and picking out some techniques on the way. She was using some tools that I'm not familiar with, so that is kind of new to me and exciting to see. So if you're interested, she is also a Filipina vlogger and crocheter who makes tutorials. So if you want to check her out, if you're from the Philippines and you're finding some projects to work on, some small ones, I will definitely recommend her. She uses a pulling two strands of mercerized cotton thread, so she's really patient about it. So if you want to support me, I definitely want to encourage you guys to watch the ads in full, so that you can support me in some way. So I think those are most of it. Most of the stuff that I have put here. I'm still doing the 3 good things, which I found from a therapy type of channel. Listing down 3 things of good things that you made during the whole day you have a role with, like helping others or making someone happy or stuff like that. I'm still listing it even though I'm past the limit, which is 14 days. So I'm still enjoying working on that or listing that. I'm gonna let you guys go now. I have been rambling for a while. This past week, I was able to sell some of my tumbler holders, so I'm quite happy about that. And I'm hoping that more sales will come for my Shopee. If you're from the Philippines and you're finding some crochet items, please do check out my Shopee link. I will put it on the description box below. So I hope you guys have a fine day. Yesterday is the coldest here. I think it is 25 degrees because I checked the temperature yesterday. We are still having some cold showers, or me, because the kids, they also they warm some water for their washing up. So they're doing that and I don't want to do it, so I am having some cold showers in the morning. I don't know how long this will take to be cold, since March is coming up, and also the Holy Week is earlier this time of the year. So we have so many birthdays here during February, and I'm quite surprised about that. Yesterday was my brother's 41st birthday, and it reminds me that I am close to becoming 40. So I'm gonna let you guys go now. I hope that you enjoyed watching my videos. If you have some comments, please put them on the comment box below. I'm sorry if I don't usually reply, but I always read them and put the heart whenever I can. So I'm gonna let you guys go now. Hope you're having a fine day and some family bonding time. So that's it from me. Bye for now. Hi guys, so I'm just watching the clips that I made during this week, and I think I have so many of them, so I'm just going to turn them into another video if you guys don't mind. So that's just a heads up.